Hey everybody, Brian Horvath here, and excited to be with you for another LinkedIn Live Q&A. Doing a special time today, 10:15 a.m. Eastern. Taking my boy out to a special little treat today, picking him up early from school, and which means I get to leave early from work and have a lot of fun with him today. So, in case someone's watching in school, I know a lot of those first graders like to check out LinkedIn. So, I don't want him to hear that I'm taking him somewhere today. Right, G? So, anyhow, just excited to share with you guys today an awesome topic I put together. Honestly, just full transparency, full disclosure. While I was driving here to my office this morning, I'm thinking, you know what? We're going to do this today. And it came as a result of a question that I got recently on LinkedIn, and I'll share that with you in a moment. But before we jump into the content today, let me just remind you that we have a little sponsor that comes along every single week. Let me see, make sure I got that up properly here. Yeah, this is what we're going to talk about today, by the way, how to make an impact on LinkedIn. And it's in this LinkedIn Q&A, I'm going to share with you how you can set yourself up for huge success on LinkedIn by understanding this special. Well, actually, it's not that special because everyone has opportunity to maximize their LinkedIn profile, to use LinkedIn to make an impact with what I'm going to share with you today. But if you're watching, you're going to have a heads up, on everybody else. So, but I'm going to share with you this impact opportunity to help you have the kind of impact, the kind of success on LinkedIn, as well as within your career, but as well as with your professional network. And stay tuned for that. Before we jump into that, let's go ahead and share with you the sponsor for today is the Your LinkedIn Profile Quick Start Guide that I put together after some years of doing critiques and doing LinkedIn coaching since 2013. I've been coaching individuals and companies on their use of LinkedIn. Excited to share with you in this guide the 7 main tips, 7 main things you need to know and do as an individual to make your profile super fantastic, honestly. And so this is a 7-step guide that will help you make the right connections on LinkedIn. And you can get that at brianhorvath.com/LinkedIn quick start. And why do I say the right connections, or what do I mean by that? Those that are going to have, well, we're talking about impact today, those that are going to have an impact in your career, those that you can have an impact on professionally. And oh my gosh, these things I'm saying is leading right into today's main topic, or today's main teaching point. And of course, if you have questions, we want to get those answered for you. As a matter of fact, today's main point, or main conversation teaching point, comes from the question I received on LinkedIn this week. And you also can ask me these questions by going to bit.ly/LinkedIn Ask Brian, bit.ly/LinkedIn Ask Brian, and we'll love to answer your LinkedIn questions for you. Matter of fact, when you go to that link, it's a little link shortener, if you've heard of bit.ly before, and allows you to jump into my Google form that you'll see right there in front of you. Do I have my finger pointing the right way? I always want to check to see if I have it. But bit.ly/LinkedIn Ask Brian will get you to that form. You can drop in your question. It allows me to get them in a nice Excel sheet so I can keep them nice and orderly over the questions that I get, and so I can answer them for you. And hopefully I'll get an answer for you on the show today, or another day, another show coming up soon. Okay, cool. So every Wednesday, except for this Wednesday, you can get your LinkedIn Live Q&A fix at noon Eastern. Today, again, a special time for me to take my little man out, pick him up from school early and whatnot. But love for you to be able to have fun with us today and every single Wednesday by going to LinkedIn Live, going to these channels to see the show. brianhorvath.com/YouTube. You can get there, or at my Facebook page, The Brian Horvath, or at my Twitter feed as well. And today we're doing LinkedIn Live as well, which normally I don't do because LinkedIn does not love that I have LinkedIn Lives about LinkedIn itself. And so just a little different today. Anyhow, so you can subscribe for today for free to get updates, notifications when I go live, when I drop a new video on my YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel is all geared to help people like you and like me know, live, and love the purpose for our career in finances. And love for you, and appreciate you subscribing to that channel for free. And that'd be great to support me and support this message getting out there, helping people to know, live, and love the purpose for their career and finances, and ultimately their life. And that's what I do. That's what this is all about. And so glad to be able to serve you as well to do it. So let's jump in. This is, I say this, I think, every time, excuse me, that this will be a shorter LinkedIn Live today. But I want to really help you make an impact. Boom, impact. And one time in the past, in a meeting, I had suggested the word impact for some copy that we were writing on one of our teams I was working at. And the gentleman, the leader, said, I don't know, it sounds negative, impact. I think car accident. Well, I guess that could be one. You have an impact, brace for impact. But I want to encourage you today. I'm speaking about a positive impact, a way that you can really make an impact on LinkedIn in a positive way, connecting with the right people, or the right people connecting with you sharing what you do best with those who need it the most, making an impact, moving the needle, moving the ball down the court, crossing the goal line with that ball, taking a relationship to the next level where you can serve. And I'm all about serving, helping you seek to serve those who need most what you do best. And so, what I do best is coach people on LinkedIn. That's one of the things I do best, and ultimately comes from my heart to help people know, live, and love their purpose for their career. Um, the main point, though, for the main impact is if you're on purpose in your career. I really believe that tool that you have in your purpose will help you make more money, will help you make a larger impact in your life with the time you have, with the talent you have, with the money and the resources you have. So ultimately, the impact, we may do a little something here on LinkedIn, but I'm praying and hoping that will move you down move the ball down the court, move you down the field, move you down the road, so to speak, right? And so impact here is totally positive. I just want to share that with you. This is impact in a professional, a positive, and helpful way. Okay, so again, how do I make an impact on LinkedIn? How to make an impact on LinkedIn for you, for me, for others is sourced from this question I asked on LinkedIn this week. You see it right there in front of you. If you're seeing this, you're obviously on LinkedIn. What questions can I answer for you on this amazing platform? And from strategy to tactics, it's a privilege to help you maximize the use of LinkedIn. Drop your questions. And I got this question from Adil, and Adil said, how can we change our network suggestions? And so, really, I'm going to use this as the cornerstone, as the or as the pointer to where we're going to go overall with today. And by the way, if I neglected to say, I think I did, if you have questions or comments throughout today, go ahead and drop them in now. Let me know where you're from, what you're doing, how you're doing, why you're here. And I'd love to be able to help you make this impact that you're looking to make on LinkedIn. If you're here and you stayed on for this long, there's a reason why you're here. Why are you here? Let's help you with that. Okay. So drop that in the comments. Drop that wherever you're at in the box, chat box, comments, wherever you can. Let me know, and be glad to get to that as well. And kind of like Adil had that question: how do I make them a network? How do I change my network suggestions? And what he's talking about, a lot of times on LinkedIn, you'll see whether you're navigating through groups or whether you're posting content or you're reading content in your news feed, or if you're just looking at who's viewed your profile this week, whatever the case may be, depending on what you know to do, how you know how to do using LinkedIn, you're going to see on the right hand side little network suggestions. Hey, people who viewed your profile are these people, or they know these people, or people you may be interested in. And it's kind of like ads, right? Ads for growing your network, so to speak. And there's a reason why you get those certain people, because they're linked to people you've connected with. They're linked to people you follow. They're linked to like-minded or like-purposed individuals. They're connected to you via keywords that you have in your profile and they have in theirs. And that's what makes the LinkedIn algorithm tick, is all this stuff working together. And I'm going to jump in to help you realize how you can be more intentional, how you can make a larger impact by not gaming the system, but navigating how LinkedIn is set up. So again, if you have any questions on that, thoughts about that, things that look wonky, or maybe you don't agree with what I'm saying, I'd love to hear about it. It's all good. This is all good for conversation. So Adil, again, how can we change our network suggestions? How can we change our network suggestions? Well, how I answered him was pretty much how I'm going to respond to you here. I want you to know that LinkedIn has two main purposes. LinkedIn has two main purposes, and you understand that platform, or you understand the platform in this paradigm, but this lens on this perspective, you'll be able to better navigate the platform. You'll be able to better make an impact on the platform and better have an impact being made on you in a positive way. Because input is important. Our input dictates what comes out. And let's talk about that. So LinkedIn's two main purposes. LinkedIn has two main purposes. And again, when you know these, you're going to throttle up. You're going to see yourself moving more quickly. You're going to see yourself engaging with the right people, making the right connections. You're going to see yourself having more fun. You're going to see yourself getting more profile views. You're going to see yourself with more prospective business opportunities come across your screen and all that good stuff. So let's share that with you. What are these two main purposes? Well, I kind of look at it as a tennis match. Excuse me real quick. Coffee break. Take yours if you got it. So, LinkedIn's two main purposes. Number one, you see there's a tennis match going on, right? You see a guy about to hit a ball. He got his partner in the front there, and he's got two guys on the other side. They're playing, obviously, doubles. And if it were me, I'd be hitting this ball right into that guy's booty. And not the guy on the opposite side of that. I'm talking about my playing partner there. So maybe that's you too with tennis. And but regardless, we're going to help you hit the ball over the net today and have that ball be returned to you to have a nice volley, a nice conversation, a nice opportunity to grow your network and your network grow for you, and so on and so forth. But anyway, this is the analogy or the illustration I want to use today with how you can make the most out of LinkedIn, because without a set of players on each side of the net, whether it be singles or doubles, then really there's no sense, doesn't make any sense to play the game. And LinkedIn's a lot of like that. LinkedIn is like that a lot. And so you want to be able to have the ball, you want to be able to have the ball hit to you, you want to be able to return the ball to the other person. And so this is how we're going to set up today. This is the two main purposes of LinkedIn. First, you need to understand that there is a proactive approach. So the first main purpose is a proactive purpose or a proactive approach. And that's where you have the ball, you're taking it in your hand, you're swinging your racket and you're hitting it to the opposition across the net, or your friend, your the matches against these people across the net. And I want to encourage you to think of LinkedIn like this. When you set up your profile, when you create one, when you add content, when you change your headline or update your background image or your profile photo, or if you go and join a group, or if you go and add a work experience, if you ask for a recommendation, or if you write a recommendation for someone, all of those things on LinkedIn are proactive approaches to the platform. Meaning without you doing something, right, without you engaging in the platform, then you can't take advantage of the other thing I'm going to show you in a second. You have to take steps. You have to be proactive in taking steps towards the platform. You have to do all those things. Without your effort, then what I'm going to share with you in a moment won't even happen, won't matter. And so the proactive approach is you leaning in to LinkedIn, you leveraging LinkedIn, sharing your value and sharing your story and showcasing your value, sharing your career story, sharing your journey, and then showcasing your value of how you can add value to the marketplace, how you can add value to your clients, how you can change the world, right? How you can make an impact. And so in the sections that I go over, even in that quick start guide, this is a way for you to be proactively smart, to be proactive on purpose, and to begin to make an impact. Because on the other side is the reactive approach, right? If you don't hit that ball over the net, if you don't get on LinkedIn and interact and engage and comment and like and add to your profile or message people or use in-mail credits, the whole host of things that you can do on the platform, if you don't get engaged in a consistent way, then you'll miss out on the proactive approach. You'll miss out on people connecting with you, right? So let me take one step back. Something I neglected to say. The proactive approach is you connecting with people and opportunities. You connecting with people and opportunities. You have to take steps. You have to take initiative to make the impact. When you do so, on the opposite side, there's things that happen with the algorithms. There's things that happen while you sleep. There's things that happen while you just engage, in a consistent way, sometimes even in a random way. then there's a reactive approach that you need to be ready for. And that's when people and opportunities connect with you. People and opportunities are connecting with you. And that's exciting because as you're sleeping or as you're off the platform or as you're meeting with a client, then folks start connecting with you because of the work you've done proactively. And so many folks complain, it's not working for me. Well, are you working it? You know, your shoes don't work for you if you don't put them on, if you don't tie the laces. Your shoes don't work for you if you don't take steps. They don't get you where you need to go if you don't take the right steps. So I'm helping you keep in mind that you have to be proactive for that ball when you hit it to then be reactive and have that ball hit to you that you can return it across the net. And that creates a nice, healthy volley, a back and forth. And I share a lot of times on LinkedIn, there's three main purposes, or excuse me, three things you want to do is connect, communicate, and collaborate. And the way you get to that collaboration stage is where there's a chance to make a bigger impact. Excuse me. And that's where you have a chance to get on a board of directors. That's where you have a chance to get a new job. That's where you have a chance to be promoted. That's where you have a chance to launch your business in an exciting way. In case in point, today, not out of the blue, but over time, I received a message from someone who wants to tweak their LinkedIn profile. Do I help people with that? Bet your bottom dollar I do. Absolutely. But I think Matt saw that because he heard about me. He's seen about me. I know him personally. He might have seen something on LinkedIn over time or been on my email list or whatever. But he's known about this for a long time, maybe, but maybe not. All that case is to say is if it weren't for me being proactive out there and hitting the ball, I wouldn't have a chance to hit it back. And so now we have a call set up a little next week, and he's doing some unique things. He's done some unique things in the past. And so I didn't just pitch him my overall coaching program, but I wanted to talk with him a little bit more uniquely about his situation to customize something a little bit for him. But all in all, I just say that is those things are out there for you, my friends. If you work the platform, if you lean into LinkedIn, the impact is ready for you when you understand that you need to make a proactive and reactive approach work for you. And it will not happen for you if you don't start. Let me just tell you. And that's where I want to have a heart to heart with you. Oh, went to the wrong slide there. That's where I want to have a heart to heart with you, guys, is you got to understand that you have to be the one to take initiative. So many times people go, oh, it just doesn't work, or oh, it's so competitive out there, or oh, I don't know how to use technology. I don't know how to use LinkedIn. LinkedIn's not that hard. You can't break it, okay? Let me just share with you. But if you don't take the first step, then it won't work for you. And friends, the heart to heart that's the hardest part, taking the first step, right? The second favorite or the second hardest part is that Tom Petty song, waiting is the hardest part. Sometimes it's waiting actually on yourself. And so my heart to heart encouragement to you is to take initiative. There's an old conversation about an old story about a neighbor that moved in down the road from someone who had been in this neighborhood for a while, and the person didn't. The person over some months decided to move. Well, the neighbor that had been there for a while was like, "Well, why are you moving?" Said to the man, and or the two men talked and said, "Well, why are you moving?" And the man that was moving, his family said, "Well, my wife never connected. She just didn't feel welcome here." And he said, "Well, why?" And he said, "Well, no one ever came to our door and introduced himself. No one ever brought cookies or a warm pie or, said, 'Welcome to the neighborhood.'" And my friends, you and I both would love for that to be the norm, that actually people would do that, right? People would want to connect. People would take those steps with us to welcome us to the neighborhood. Well, in the LinkedIn neighborhood, it ain't going to happen like that. You need to be the one to take initiative. And if that woman would have taken initiative to go meet some of the neighbors, she would have probably found herself in a much more welcoming place because she took initiative. So I want to encourage you, my friends, my heart to heart to you today is don't wait for LinkedIn's two main purposes to work for you. Take initiative so that you can make an impact. Trust me on that one. Over time, over time, over time. The tortoise wins the race every time, but he does the race over time, not like the hare did, real quick and then stop, real quick and then stop, real quick and then stop and get lazy. Be consistent, be excited about it, take initiative, and my friends, you will have a chance like everyone else has to make an impact. So my challenge to you today to make an impact is to remember the two main purposes and then use them, start leaning into them with this simple guide. You don't have to rewrite LinkedIn's code. Just play the game as it's set up for you. And as it changes, the core things are people will always want to connect with people. People and opportunities go together, and opportunities and people will find you as well. When you take initiative, you will make impact. To help you with that, try my Your LinkedIn Profile Quick Start Guide. If you haven't gotten it already, it's free. It's a 7-step guide that I've used over time to critique hundreds of profiles, and if not thousands, and then used it to create a lot of this content that I'm sharing with you. And I'd love for you to download it for free at brianhorvath.com/LinkedIn-quick-start. You can get it for you real quickly, right away. Download that sucker. All right, so my recap for you. Again, the 2 main purposes of LinkedIn: to take the proactive approach. That's where you connect. You are taking initiative to make an impact, connecting with people and opportunities. And when you do so, overnight, even while you're sleeping, people and opportunities will connect with you. And that's the second main purpose: the proactive and then the reactive approach. Just like that game of tennis, volleying, communicating, connecting, collaborating. It's a lot more fun. And you'll get these little messages, it seems out of the blue, people asking you to serve them with what you do best, because they need you. They need your help. They need the value you add to the marketplace. So be encouraged, my friends. That's the recap for today. If there's any Q&A, I'd love to grab it now. I don't see any in my box. Hopefully I didn't miss it on any of the platforms that you're watching this on: YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, or whatever. But so glad that you're here. And if you're watching this on the recording as well later on, go ahead and drop your question in. I'll be glad to get to it then as well. And so thankful that you're here with me today, and really hope you understand that you can make an impact on LinkedIn when you are proactive, when you're reactive, and you play that game of tennis within LinkedIn. So thankful. Again, grab that free guide, your LinkedIn Profile Quick Start Guide. It'll take you quickly through a checklist. It's a 1-pager. And it will tell you how to get started on LinkedIn, or to get started faster, or to really begin to make that impact today. Maybe you need to make some tweaks, some quarter turns, whatever the case may be. Don't wait. Get it done. Get it done. Have fun while getting it done, and you'll be thankful that you did. Okay, next week we'll see you at our regular time. Noon, brianhorvath.com/YouTube. We'll see you at noon or 9 a.m. Pacific. We'll see you on Twitter, see you on Facebook, wherever you can watch. Go ahead and check out. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that as well. And if you want to ask your questions, maybe during the week, this is open 24/7, 365. Go ahead and ask your questions at bit.ly/LinkedIn Ask Brian. Be glad to serve you and help you with what I do best and what you need the most, and using LinkedIn to make an impact. Be glad to help you with that. So I keep going back to that darn right. Keep hitting the wrong button. So anyway, when you go here to LinkedIn, the question, LinkedIn Ask Brian, this is what you'll see. So don't be worried. It's not some crazy link that's going to take you to some spam or something like that. This is the form you'll see. And again, that's the free guide. Get it while you can. It's going like hotcakes, right? It's free. It's digital. Download it. In the meantime, so thankful that you hung out with me today. Look forward to seeing you soon. Go get them, everybody.